Next three characters show you. These three. I said those are the permissions for the group members. I am now talking about the next set of three permissions that you see, which is from here to here. Those are the permissions for the group members. Now in Unix, a user belongs to some group. Here what it means is the owner of the user of this file, the owner of this file is user 30, and this file can also be accessed by people who are members of the group unixlab. And what they can do on this file is indicated by the next set of three characters, which is permissions for the group members. As an example, that on a given machine, I have these users. I have Tom, who is a member of the group unixlab. Apart from Tom, I also have Dick, who is a member of unixlab. Then I have Harry, who is not a member of unixlab, he is a member of a DBA group. And then if I say that the permissions on a file are, that's a file, hyphen, RWX for the owner, R-X is for the group member, and let's not worry, there would be three more permissions. Owner of this file is Tom. The member of this group is unixlab. So what does it tells me? Name of the file, let's say, is program1. I have eliminated all other attributes from the output. So from here I can tell you the name of the file is program1, prog1. The owner of this file is Tom. It's a regular file. Tom can do everything possible with that file. He can do read, he can do write, he can do execute. Now apart from Tom, anybody who is a member of unixlab group has read, no write, but execute permission. So who that means? Well, I said whosoever is a member of unixlab group can read and execute but cannot modify the file, cannot write into that file. Well, one such person qualifies on that list, and that is a Dick user, because he also happens to be the member of unixlab group. That's what the group ownership is. So the permissions for the group members, which means for anybody who is a member of unixlab group, can do read but no write and execute. So Dick, who happens to be the member, can only do these things on that file. Then somebody said, what's those last three are then for? So second permission is for the group members. What does those last three permissions are then for? We covered owner, we covered group members. What is this for? I said these are called as others. Means one who is neither the owner of the file and one who does not belong to the same group as unixlab. All such people are termed as others. What are others then doing with my file? What are they supposed to do? Well, in the first case, they can read and execute but cannot write. In the second row, they can read but cannot modify and execute. In the third row, they can read and execute but cannot write. Now, on the same lines, here, if I take this example, the owner is Tom, the member is, the group members are unixlab. So what does these permission mean and to whom? I said one who is neither Tom, one who does not belongs to Unix group will have no read, no write, no execute permissions. Means neither that person can see the text from the file, nor he can modify the contents of the file, nor he can execute that file. Who qualifies on this criteria? Harry. Because neither he is Tom, nor he is a member of unixlab group, he is a member of a DBA group. All such people on the system would be termed as others, and they do not have absolutely any permissions in my example of program 1. Now this would keep on changing from file to file and directory to directory, depending upon who you want to have an access to and what sort of an access that person should have. Depending upon that, you might wish to grant read, write, and execute permissions combinations depending upon the access requirement. Very important. So pay attention to ls-l output. कमांड का आउटपुट नहीं देखना है, उसको समझना है. So first 3 permissions for the owner who happens to be Oracle. Next 3 permission sets for people belonging to the group named oinstall. And last 3 permissions for people, those who are neither Oracle, the owner, nor they belong to a group oinstall, then all such people on the system are termed as others, and others would have any combination of read, write, and execute permissions. The most generic and liberal permissions possibly would be RWX, 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 which means everybody can do everything. The owner can read, write, and execute. The group members can do read, write, and execute. And even other people, those who can connect to the same Unix system, can also read, write, and execute. Very important. So that's how the permission mask would be. Now that makes our column until now a 10-character column. But that's not the only characters you might see. You might see, apart from this, an 11th character, which I'm not immediately going to talk about. When we talk about permissions and security aspect, that time I would talk about what the last column would be. In cases, you are likely to see, in some cases, you are likely to see 11 characters. In others, probably you may not see the 11th character. So we are here to read the output of ls command, not to change the permissions. I'm just seeing at what the existing file permissions look like. Once we go forward, and when I tell you how to change the permissions, then in that case we will go and try to manipulate the permissions for the owner, or for that matter for the group members, or for that matter for others. So that completes our first column of 10 characters, and I told you 11th character we will discuss during some other discussion.